A sleeve for focusing plasma jets. It's probably from the fusion reactor. The stuff that's lying around here. The water canister was damaged in the crash. It'd be a shame if that precious fluid just trickled away into the ground. Not that I'm dying of thirst, but the air's so dry here. Great. The only tool from the glider's inventory that I can find is a primitive crowbar. This plasma converter is from one of the glider's propulsion units. It still contains a high residual voltage. It seems to have been torn off the system before it could discharge. Doesn't look like I'll get any further with this shuttle. I can only hope that this is really gone Calladeus. Okay, if I bend this flange here and push the sleeve's lower edge over the converter's exhaust port. Okay, now I feed the bipolar energy supply in there, and I get a kind of plasma jet. It's very improvised and won't last very long either, but it'll fulfill its purpose for now. A greasy, foul-smelling affair. Why should I take something like that with me? Everything here is just dry and dirty. I need to make sure I get away from here quickly. This lift seems to be a kind of plasmatron evacutainer system, and this is the plasma generator. I hope there's enough heavy gas inside. I might be able to activate it using a targeted energy impulse that would allow the lift to be moved, at least for a short time. This is going to be a tricky one. First, I'll have to open the maintenance compartment of the firing chamber, then insert my plasma jet into the opening. That should more or less fit. Now, I'll power up the emitter briefly. Well, what do you know? With a little imagination, determination, and a lot of luck, anyone can get a plasma generator to work. I have no idea how long the energy will last. I'd better make sure I get down there. If I stick the crowbar in there, I get a lever I can use to operate the mechanism. Well, smooth it isn't. I'd need fat or grease to make it run a little better. Who would have thought this old canister would come in handy? But it's just right for transporting this stuff. I can scrape a lot off the stone using the opening, and that should definitely be enough. If I carefully dribble this stuff onto the shaft, it should produce a kind of lubrication that will allow the thing to be moved more easily. Well, what do you know? With a little imagination, determination, and a lot of luck, anyone can get a plasma generator to work. I have no idea how long the energy will last. I'd better make sure I get down there. Well, what do you know? With a little imagination, determination... Looks like it could work. This is pretty risky, but hopefully it won't be worse than the landing earlier. Right then, let's go. Wow, what a ride. But I'm still alive. Who would have thought? I can't imagine that the region of the League of Free Terrans is a welcome visitor here. Colonial Terrans probably aren't very popular here either, but at least no one will recognize me.
Ah, new face, and such a healthy one, too. My name is Agasha, my dear, and you can get everything you need from me. And who are you?
I'm Laszlo Diakonu. I'm new here.
Yes, I can see that. Before we get to the business part of our little tete-a-tete, may I ask what brought you here? You can hardly be from Calladeus the way you look. Terrans aren't exactly welcome here.
I'm looking for an Arcanide called Cato de Trumort. He must have arrived here recently as well.
Never heard of him. So what do you want? This stuff is more than just unhealthy, my dear. If you mix it with sheet in a 2-to-1 ratio, for instance, you get a corrosive acid that will even dissolve arachiata. So be careful what you do with it. Oh dear, where did you get this rubbish? I haven't seen an ancient pit lamp like this for a long time. I'm not sure I can help you there. Let's see. You're a lucky beggar. I actually did still have one of those old energy packs here. It should still have enough juice in it. Just a moment. Am I right in thinking you want to pay with Galax?
I'm afraid I'm not carrying any other currency on me. Is there somewhere I can exchange it?
Exchange it? Most people here don't even know that the League of Free Terrans exists. I can give you an Eldo Ram credit, though. That's the established currency here. To do that, though, I'll have to pawn as many of your possessions of reasonable value as possible.
I guess that can't be helped. Then take a look and see what you can use.
Right, what do we got? That's good. That too. That even looks valuable. What's this supposed to be? That's okay, that too. Good, you can keep the rest. That gives you an Eldo Ram credit of 24 tantas, my sweet. If you have any problems with it, you can contact me in confidence. Here's your energy pack.
Thanks.
Guess what? Come off it, what do you want? And what species do you belong to? How cute! Can we be of help?
G'day, stranger. How about an odor?
An odor?
Yeah, just take a deep breath of it and off you go. Lyajira's Heavenly Ride, or Drapanian Shepherd's Fun, or Gentle Surf on Jilam Hirush, or...
I'm looking for someone.
Not me. I only sell odors.
Okay, then just give me something to drink. The air around here is so dry.
You couldn't afford anything to drink here. Aside from that, we're an odor bar. We don't sell liquids.
Welcome to the Kesnar Clinic, precious living patient. Medic Il Torrigan Sanatorium for Bacterial Diseases would like to provide you with the best, most affordable, and fastest possible therapy.
You will first be scanned for possible illnesses. Then a biotoxic plasmagram will be made and your general state of health checked using a permoscopic Sanguizin level.
But first, you will have to undergo a solvency check. We accept kroners, unith units, Ater dollars, Magrulans, and of course, Eldro Ram credits. Which would you like to pay with?
With my Eldro RAM credit.
You're welcome. Please stand behind the metograph for your check.
Just a completely safe spray-on disinfectant. This eliminates all superficial germs, pathogens, and possible parasites. After all, we don't want you infecting anyone else.
In the meantime, we've received the results from your examination, and I have to say, we don't get that here very often. You're completely healthy. Perhaps a slightly increased level of the stress hormones adrenaline alpha-3, sterazone, and testosterone, but all within the harmless ranges.
It's best if you just rest a little and put your legs up. Sometimes a relaxation odor can help you to calm down again, too.
We hope you have a nice and healthy day.
If I want them to let me in to see the Yara in the clinic, I suppose I have no choice other than to poison myself. The cell activator will take a while to metabolize the poison. So let's just see how dangerous these odors are for me.
Okay, for starters, I recommend Illumination over Lazurius 2, a gentle odor particularly suitable for beginners. Coming up.
I just saw Abtil in the clinic. He's really ill.
Well, why does that fool have to wander around the lower levels all the time? Certain death awaits him there. He almost didn't make it back last time.
He says he wasn't by himself.
Of course not. That whole shady mob is prowling around down there.
He met Mad Hamilton. He was getting ready for a pretty long descent. Said he wanted to finally get to the bottom of things.
Now you're into all that too? It's all nothing but conspiracy theories. I mean, you know yourself how things work. That nonsense about there being someone pulling the strings.
Okay, your odor's ready. This is the inhalation bowl. Don't inhale too deeply the first time. Cheers.
Let's see what happens. Wow, that was really nice, but I feel anything but ill. And if I do that too often, I might even forget why I came here in the first place. The first one definitely did leave an impression, but it certainly didn't poison me. It's very possible that the second one will knock my socks off. I don't know whether that'll get me any closer to the clinic's emergency room, but I've got to try.
I see you've acquired a taste for it. Then try the Krypton Star Ride. It's a bit stronger, but you'll enjoy it. I'll have it ready for you in a moment.
Even you don't believe that.
But you must admit that you haven't resolved all the facts yet. How often have you seen one of them?
I do admit that the guys up there are quite conspicuously absent.
Then who else controls all this here? The city, the mines, the workers, the shops, the credits, and the distribution of water and sheed. The spreading and treatment of the disease. Someone, or something, must have ultimate control over this whole quarantine zone.
That may very well be, but that doesn't mean it has to be a hacker who reigns over the entire Arcanite network.
Here you go. Krypton Star Ride. I hope you have a nice trip.
Well, I don't really need to experience that a second time, but let's see what effect this one has. Oh, what was that? Man, my head is throbbing. What a ride. These odors sure make you lightheaded. But I've forgotten what I was looking for here anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And what would you like this time? Drapanian shepherd's fun? Nah, that's only for wimps. A pan-galactic thunder rattle. It's ready.
Well then, let's start the fun. You're the medic Torgen, aren't you? Getting to see you wasn't easy.
I can see, of course, that you're not who you pretend to be. This is not uncommon in Elmo Dater, but in your case I have to wonder about your rash behavior.
You know who I am?
The implanted cell activator in your shoulder was hard to overlook in my scans. I was just about to take a closer look at it when you woke up. You should rest a little more until your body has calmed down. The laceration on the back of your head has healed, but that cocktail of drugs you took wasn't exactly schoolboy stuff.
How long was I out?
Don't worry, only 25 Zentitontas have elapsed since you passed out at the bar. You were lucky that the bar owner's an honest character.